Okay, now we're on to page 6. So what we have is our base page, a large pocket, and 2 small pockets that are going to fit inside the big pocket. And I got glue all over me again. Tell you. Okay, so everything's inked and ready to go. Take my fancy paper clip called clothespin off of there. So this can go right down on the base. And we'll get that centered best as we can. There's that. And this goes towards the bottom. Can you tell I like pockets? I like to make photo mats and tags and make sure there's plenty of journaling spots and photo spots in my album, because that's basically what albums are for, is memory keeping, you know. So they say pictures are worth 1,000 words, and they last forever. So it's down to the bottom now. Okay. Oop, got glue on my finger, but I left a smudge on the pocket, but it's going to be covered up with the designer paper anyway, so we ain't worried about it. This is the designer piece that goes on the big pocket. Right there. This pocket would be 3, is that 3.5? I can't see sideways. Blind as a bat. Yeah, it'd have to be 4 so that you could score 1/2 inch to go underneath, and then 7 wide, and you score 1/2 inch on each side, and then punch your corners. Now these I did not have a turn down spot. They're going to tuck inside here, so we'll have a triple pocket. It's going to go like that, and like that. Sit right side by side, so you have these 2 tag pockets in, then a big pocket. And that way, if you leave the bottom open, you can put a long tag and it'll go all the way down in. So let's put our designer paper on those. And I'll give you the measurements of those. Make sure I've got it. Can't tell. Yeah, I think I do. No, I don't. Move it over a little bit. There we go. Okay, these are scored at a 1/2 inch. Don't need the ruler for that. 1/2 inch on both sides. So they would be 3. It's not quite 3 with them folded under, so it'll be just shy of 4, because you want it to be 3 or a little less, because this is 6 wide. And you don't want any more than 3, but if you make it a little less, it gives you ample room to lay them side by side where they don't bow. And then they're 4 deep. And then I just punched the 2 top corners. There's that one. So we're going to put these 2 just tuck them under the edge of the big pocket. And then I'll sit the other one right beside it. And we can tuck it under this edge here. Down like so. And I don't want to push it down in place until I'm sure that's exactly how I want it. I want to get this one beside it first. Make sure they're going to sit down there right. Hopefully they will. And this one needs to go right here beside it. Yep, that's going to work. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Okay. So let's press this in place. Scoot this over a little bit. If it'll scoot. See, that one's kind of hanging over just a hair. Come on, turkey. Whoops. There it goes. Got it loose anyway. There we go. Okay. I like that. Isn't that cute? Then you got this big pocket down here. Oops. See, I moved it around so much I got to put more glue on it now. Okay, that was my fault. I goofed around with it too long. And then we'll have two little, let me fold this in half because it's got sticky on it. So we'll have these two little pockets here. More glue over here as well. Okay. Okay, there we go. Number 6. So let's get on to number 7. It'll be this one. Excuse me. Number 7. With sticky notes everywhere now. And clothespins. Okay. Number 7. I've got number 8 behind it. So let's move that. Number 7 has a pocket at the bottom. And it's got the black and white print in the background. And then this white strip. This is going to be a tuck spot. But my game plan, this is what I hope to do. I gotta stand up and open this drawer to get the buttons I want to use. This was my game plan. I have this package of buttons I've had forever. And the colors really match this paper. I had to put a clamp on it because my grandson is getting married and his girlfriend has a 1-year-old little boy, and when he comes over he likes to get in the drawers in here, and he always takes this out, and without the clamp the buttons will fall out the top. But he had them all over the floor and inside the cabinet drawer the other day. But my game plan is to use these buttons, maybe some baker twine, and run some of these along here, some of the little ones. That's what I hope to do, because the colors are so pretty, and it perfectly matches all the colors in this paper pack. That's what my game plan is. But when I get to the point of embellishing, then we'll see if that'll work. I may have to do a border or something else. But that is my hope. I thought that would be pretty, something different. Okay. Now this is one of the papers that was in the Simple Stories pack. It had a pink heart on the back of this brick background. I didn't want the pink heart because this is not a love book. Not about romance. Okay. So this is going to go on the base page. Like so. This is going to go on the bottom pocket. Right here. Should center right in this little pocket. Bucket. There's that. And then it will go to the bottom of the page. Whoops. Gotta glue the bottom too, Dingy. What a goofball it can be sometimes. Alright. There is that. Make sure we're lined up. Okay. Put this white strip down the middle of the brown, and I turned it under just at the top so that it'd have some room underneath in case I want to tuck photo mats or journaling spots or something under it. But I thought the buttons would be something different and add a touch of color. Okay, this is going to go down the middle of the brown with just a tiny bit of a border at the top. Okay. Now I'm going to put a tad of glue at the bottom. Oh, let me miter these corners. I don't want them to stick out. I forgot to do that. Okay. A little glue on there. And I'm going to put it up under. Is it hitting the bottom of that? There it goes. I think it was hitting that bottom. Yeah, I'm going to have to trim a little bit off of it. It's a little bit too long. But that's okay. It isn't going to show anyway. Now a little bit more glue. Make sure this didn't dry up on me. This stuff sets up pretty quick. Oh, come on, turkey. It's being ornery. There we go. I wanted it up underneath that folded edge so I could just leave a small area towards the side. Make sure it's up to the top. There we go. Okay, there's that. That's number 7. We're moving right along, kiddos. This is 8. Number 8. I haven't scored and folded this one yet. And I like to fold the scores under and burnish them from the top, because I have found with some cardstock, especially if it's a soft cardstock, if you do it this way the first time, you can actually pull on it and change the shape of your score. Some of your thinner cardstocks will do that. Now this one I don't think will, because it's got more stability to it. It just feels sturdier. Okay, these are going, I think, going to go underneath. Let me look at my others and make sure. Yes, they are. Sometimes it's a while between the time I lay them out and I actually put them together, and it's like, oh gosh, what was I going to do there? Why did I cut it that way? I do crazy stuff sometimes. Okay, so we want, I'm just going to eyeball it and get it kind of centered. Like so. Kind of, but not exactly. But it's okay. It's homemade, and it's not supposed to be perfect, because none of us are. Hard as we try, we're not perfect. I got a little carried away with glue there. Okay. Now this we need to line up with that one and push it right up to the score line. Okay. Now let's punch these corners. I didn't do that. Here it is. And we need the scallop. Oops. What did I do? There we go. Didn't punch it all the way down. Might be time to empty it out too. It gets full of little clippings. Okay. There's that and that. Now we need magnets. What did I do with the... right here. Go. Telling you. Get it together, Bob. I broke the fingernail on my thumb this morning, and it's driving me crazy. Okay. Let's put this right here. And we need the negative. Oh, sometimes these things are hard to get out, but they work excellent. I'm going to take this off. Y'all should be proud of me. I haven't put any designer paper on and then had to slide my magnet underneath it yet. I do that periodically. Oops. There's that. Okie dokie. Now these are going to go underneath, but now I'll have to punch them because I punched that. Excuse me. And I probably shouldn't have punched those edges because the cards that I have, I guess it isn't going to hurt anything. I'm going to use a couple of the ephemera cards that came with it. Okay, so let's put this on the underside. I don't usually ink the edges of the white that I use underneath for the photo mats or journaling, but because of this one, I felt like it had to be, and then it would make these look like they weren't a part of the set, so I had to go back and do them all the same. Okay, there's that. This Oops, move it over a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to put this one underneath because I don't want to punch these corners, because then it'll, oops, obliterate the flower scallop. And then this one will be on this side. So that'll work out okay. Problem solved. Okay. There's that. And a little magnet. And this one. These cards are so pretty. Now we can put that one on the base page. We're just coming right along with these. And at the end of the video, I will give you a link to Patty's site so that you can go back and she gives you really good instructions on how to cut your page no matter what size you want to make it. You know, you can make it any size, and she instructs you on the hinge and everything. So, and then hopefully y'all will give it a try and you'll love it, and you'll be proud of yourself because you'll have made a beautiful project. Okay, what was that? Page 8. So 8 of them's done. And she does tell you on this hinge, normally when you make a hinge you would glue these two together, whether you use wet glue or score tape or whatever. On this one you do not glue them together. She said whatever you do, don't glue those together. So mine's just laying there waiting for her next set of instructions, because I've not done this before either. It's new to me. Okay, so here's number 9. I'm going to lay 10 aside. I've got them back to back in bundles. Let me get some of these clothespins out of here. I keep wanting to call them. I got so much junk here. I keep wanting to call them paper clips. They're not paper clips. And paper clips I've used in the past, and they'll dig a hole in your paper. So I gave up on them. Not using them. Okay, this one has a corner pocket. Oops, a double corner pocket. And it is glued on the surface of the paper. So we can go ahead and glue this one right down from the get-go. See, this is one of the papers that came with the collection. No, it's not. This is out of the Simple Stories. The love paper. But the majority of the papers I could use with this collection. Just the ones that said happily ever after and stuff like that I didn't want, because this is not intended to be a wedding album. Of course, you can make it be whatever you want it to be, but I wanted it to be generic enough that you could use it for multiple purposes. Okay, there's that one. So we're going to get this one on here centered. And I'm not the best at centering, but I try. I give it my best shot. There's that. Now this is the larger of the two pockets. So the blue one goes on there. Just put some glue in. This is the same die that I used for that other page I showed you, made by Paper Wishes. Paper Wishes, I think, is part of Hot Off the Press, which sells stuff on HSN when they have scrapbooking days. I forget the lady's name. Holly Fawson, that's who it is. I shouldn't forget her name, she's been on there for years. Okay, now this has just got 1/4 of an inch, because when I cut it out I forgot to score anything. I know, stupid, I do stuff like that. I told you I do goofy stuff. So I just went back and turned 1/4 of an inch under, and it didn't take that much off of my design, so oh, what the heck. I can lose 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so this is going to go in the corner. Right there. And right there. This one will go on top of that one. Okay. I'm getting a cramp in my hand. That one goes there. Ooh. Sometimes I do that when I'm crocheting. My fingers want to knot up on me. I'm kind of smarts. Okay, now this one does not turn under. It's just going to be flat and sit on top of the other one. I didn't want to put a turn down on this one because I didn't want it to have too much bulk in the page. And this sits right there, just like that. Just up here. There we go. So there's the double pocket. And here's what I thought about doing. Alright, we're on page 10. Got 3 more to go, and then we're ready to start putting our book together. Well, actually, we have to embellish it first. But that won't take that long. She says to get your pages all done before you put them in your book, so that's what I'm doing. And I like to build my pages anyway before I put them in the book, because if you put your pages in and then have to start, like if there's a page behind this and you're gluing and there's embellishments that give dimension, it's hard to use your scoring tool to get it to lay flat. I'll take the pin out of that, huh? So, anyway, let me get where y'all can see. I keep moving down closer to myself, and then I get out of your viewing area, and I don't mean to do that. Okay, come on, glue. Let's cooperate. Run the pin down in there a couple of times. Getting kind of thick, I guess. And that little thin nozzle, but I do like this little fine tip. I ordered another one the other day because I've got a second bottle and I didn't have a fine tip for it. I've gotten my glitter glue in from Tammy at Country Craft Creations as well. So the thing I like is she ships it pretty quick. You don't have to wait forever to get your order. Sometimes you order from somebody and it may be a week before they even ship it, and that's irritating if you're waiting on it, you know. Okay, this one I do not have a fold under on it because I want to be able to get larger tags under it. So here is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to glue down the bottom. Look what I did. I didn't mean to do that. Ah! What a goober. What a silly girl. Good thing I can take it off. I'm so busy talking and jabbering, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. This is going to have the bottom on it. This one is going to be about like so. And I just want it to be along the sides. Let me make sure that's even because I'm not really good. Oops. Wrong side. That is 1.5 inches. That is 1.5 inches. Hey. Yay for me. So this one is going to go on there. Now it can be glued down. I tell you, sometimes I think, where is your brain, woman? And this is too long, so I want the glue off of there, because I do not want that to stick. And then this one will go under it like that. And it has the stopper on the bottom. The kids are all outside. If you hear them giggling in the background, they're hanging up a baby swing for his girlfriend's little boy. He come in a while ago to see if I wanted some cookies. And he said, we're out there hanging up a swing for Jackson. And I said, where are you going to put it? He said, on that branch right out there. And I said, I thought you said it was too crooked. He said, no, Nana, the branch that's right over the concrete path outside the front door. I said, Lucas, that's called a sidewalk. He went, oh yeah, that's what it is. The concrete path. He is a silly boy. Okay, now this one. Now this will all come together and be really pretty, hopefully. That's my plan anyway, when we get all the embellishments on it. It'll pull all these colors together. I have to go through all my embellishments and see what I've got, because I'm bound determined I'm going to use what I've got before I buy anything else, because I've got so much stuff accumulated. There is no sense in continuing to buy stuff when there's stuff already here. But I forget what I've got because it's put away where I don't see it. So there's that pocket here. And this one down here. So that's 10. Now, number 11 is this one. We're getting down to the wire, kids. There's 11 and 12. And I'll put 12 up there, and here's the other half of 12. I'll take my fancy paper clips called clothespins off of it. Okay, number 11. This is going on here. And this is a very shallow pocket. And then there's going to be 2 flaps. And I'm not going to put magnets on this one because the flaps are going to go this way, and I will use some embellishments to go in this pocket to hold it shut. So let me miter these real quick and we'll put them together and we'll be on the last page. We really kind of sailed through this. I mean, I know I had a lot of the work done ahead, you know, the measuring and cutting and inking and all of that. But once you get all that out of the way, it just slaps together, boom, boom, boom. So there's this one. And then I got a new album. I don't normally buy kits, but I did order one the other day. And it is so awesome. I can't wait to get started on it. And I'll show it to you guys. It was so pretty. It's got color similar to this in it. But it came with a, if you've ever bought farmhouse stuff, they sell it sometimes at Hobby Lobby. They have really nice canvas albums, and this one came with a canvas album. It's so pretty. It's kind of a cream color. So I'm really anxious to see how that's all going to come together. Okay, here's our bottom pocket. And there's this. And I had not cut pockets or photo mats for the underside of these 2 flaps, so I'll have to do that. But I can do that off camera and add it on. It's no big deal. You've already seen me do enough of them. And this is going to go here. Yep. Perfecto. And we may add borders and embellishments and buttons, brads, all kinds of stuff. Probably not much flowers because of the bulk. With this not having gussets, I don't know how much leeway I'm going to have. And I'm pretty much a plain and simple scrapper. I don't do lots of lace and stuff like that. I'm not a real frou-frou scrapper. Not a lot of lace and doodads here. Okay, and I'm going to put this right here. And it will be attached to the back side of the next page, so that's not going to show. That little tap in the back won't show. And like I told you Patty said she prefers, when she has pockets, she prefers to have top-loading pockets. I prefer side because I don't want a bunch of stuff sticking out that's going to gather more dust. 'Cause I don't like to dust, just to be real honest with you. I know it's part of housekeeping and has to be done. Things get dusty, but I don't want to make it any worse for myself than it has to be. Because I don't like it. It's a waste of my time because the dust comes right back. Okay, this goes on this side so it's not upside down. I just feel like I got better things to do than dust furniture. And if you've got a bunch of lace and stuff hanging on it, it's just, I don't know. It's just not me. Ain't nothing wrong with it, it's just not me. There's that. And then this side. Nope, not quite straight. Better. And then, let me grab a couple of mats here. And I'll put, there's not matted yet, but I'll put them in there for now just to keep that closed. While we do the last page, number 12. Okay. This one has this pocket. This is one of the papers out of the Cartabella pack. It had some really pretty papers in it. Make sure I'm center on here. Oops. Okay, this one's going to go at the top. This is really pretty. This one came out of the Butterfly Kisses 6x6 paper pad. Okay, oops. Did I have it the wrong direction? Yep. Get out of the way. A pocket was in the way. Okay, there's that. Okay, now this is going to go down here, and it's deep enough that I didn't put a fold on the bottom. I'm just going to run a tiny little thin strip of glue down there. Although it's not very straight, it'll work. Because my other little pockets have a fold down on the bottom. I just didn't want a whole bunch of bulk down there. There's that. Such pretty paper. Okay, now I've got 3 little tiny pockets that are going to go. I don't know if I want them at the bottom, in the middle, under here. bulky. Alright. Trim this little nub off there. I think I will put them in the center of this. Like that. Make sure I got enough room for all of them. Yep. Okay. Okay, let's put it, you know, I am going to put it at the bottom. I think it's going to look funny if I don't. Okay, there's that one. There's number 2. And number 3. Oh, and I was going to tell you too, be sure you watch when you go see Patty's video. Watch her unusual way of doing a waterfall. She's got a really neat, different waterfall. It's really pretty. I think it was like on page 5 or 6, I'm not sure. Oh, wait a minute, that's crooked. That's not right. I left a space. I don't like that. I'm going to move it over. It'll be alright. It's just leaning the wrong way. This one's doing the same way. We all have our trials and tribulations, don't we, kids? There we go. Okay. Much better. A little bit of a space there, but it's okay. And here's our mats. Oh, man. Pepper, be quiet. My daughter's dog likes to grumble. He hears the kids outside, so he's having a little fit. Okay. That'll give us more space for tags. There we go. Last piece, kids. And we have made 12 pages for an album. Alright. Next step will be embellishments. I deserve a break. So I will be back with you shortly.